What's going on, Bucs fans? Back at it here at the Pilot Parlay podcast. I'm your host, JC Allen, as always, here on the Sick Podcast Network. Today, we've got a special guest. I'm super excited to have him on. He is the heart and soul of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's an absolute legend on and off the field. You guys know him by number 54 on the jersey, Lavonte David. That's right. He's in the building today. We're going to talk to him, get into some football stuff, and always get into some fun stuff too. So I won't make you guys wait too much longer. We'll get him on after the break.
Turn up your volume, because you're about to listen to the Sick Podcast. Pirate Parlay.
Battle intercepted, picked off in the end zone. Bucs are going to beat the Chiefs. We're the champions of the world.
The sickest Tampa Bay Buccaneers podcast. It's going to be sick.
Back here on the other side, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and setting the reminders on so when these podcasts go live or we have these taped ones like this, that you're getting notified right away. But without further ado, we will not leave him in the back any much longer here. Number 54 on the jersey, on the field, but number 1 in your hearts. He is the captain of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the longest tenured player on the Buccaneers, and he's a legend. He's a legend in his own right. Lavonte David, how you doing today?
I'm good. Appreciate you for having me, JC.
Absolutely excited to have you on here. We're coming into training camp, and this is we got Cincy week. We're on in Cincinnati, famous line there by your former teammate, and getting ready to gear up for preseason games. Not something that you've been participating in as much as this stage of your career, but heading into year 13, how's training camp been for you so far? Getting back acclimated to everything.
It's been fun. It's been fun getting back out there, competing with the guys. Just being in a football setting, something that you always look forward to. It take a while to get acclimated, obviously. Training, no amount of training to get you ready for playing actual football. But a weekend, 2 weeks in, man, it's getting back to what I'm used to. A lot of fun out there. A lot of competitive, vibes going on out there. So definitely fun to be back.
Yeah, you can definitely see that speed all over the field. A lot of competitions. You have your marquee all every year, but there's a lot of competitions people might not be paying attention to that are really starting to heat up. But year 13, looking back, what have you learned the most about yourself over the years coming into another camp and another season?
Just preparing myself, what I need to do, prior to coming to camp, what I need to, look forward to, and just focus on things that I need to get better at, and, just going from there. Every season that I do come to camp, I always say, I treat it like I'm a rookie again, so just learning everything all over again, getting acclimated with things all over again. So for the most part, so far so good. It's just like I've been blessed to be in this defense for 6 years, but, there's always something new that I can learn, and I'm figuring that out each year.
Yeah, especially with Todd Bowles. He's never one to shy away from throwing new wrinkles.
Right.
In that defense. You look at last season, you're among the league leaders at 17 tackles for loss. Vita joked it on a podcast with Bo Allen. He's like, he's so instinctive that I'm about ready to make a tackle for loss. Here comes Lavonte screaming and taking it. I'm like, I'm mad, but I'm like, I'm excited too because we got to play. But you look at that, you watch the film of you, and there was a play against the Panthers too, and like it was a toss to the outside, and you look on the screen, and you're already at the line of scrimmage coming in for the tackle for a loss. It's so impressive, your ability, and another year filling up the stat sheet, 4.5 sacks, 5 pass breakups, a forced fumble, another 130 plus tackles. How do you maintain that? How do you or even how do you elevate your game this season after such a successful season at your stage of your career last year?
Just never being satisfied, never getting comfortable. Just being a competitor. Each time I'm out there, I got this thing in my mind, like I'm always be the best one on the field when I'm out there. I'm going to try to make a way to make an impact on the game some way, somehow. I'm going to try to stand out, whenever I'm out there. So that's just my mental approach every time I'm coming to a football game. And then my preparation is just, just studying my opponent ins and outs, just trying to make the best way to make the game easier for me. They always say, as you get older, your ability kind of like, trickle a little bit. But for me, I feel like this game is really a mental game nowadays. Just understanding your opponent and what they're trying to do that makes the game easier for you. And talent can only take you so far. So it's the add and the mental part of the game that that helps me be able to play fast and get those types of losses that I get.
Yeah, things have everything's slowed down for you, to the point where it's easy to react now, and don't sell yourself short. You still got the speed. You're still able to keep up with some of these guys. We've seen these shut down
Yeah.
the Travis Kelce's and the Sam Laportas of the world. Don't be too humble about that. But one thing from watching camp so far, and just I talked to a lot of the guys on the team and stuff, and at least from my perspective, from a media perspective, this team feels different. And it feels different even more so than the year you guys won the Super Bowl. But like guys are just closer, and the camaraderie is for me feels like at an all-time high. Do you get that feeling? What do you think has changed or why it feels that way? It just feels such like a close-knit group.
Yeah, I think so. I believe it's like that. I think it's like that because that's just something that was built, something that was brought in. And with BA first got here, and then Bowles taking it over. That's something that we always preach. When we out there on the field. The closer we are off the field, the closer we can be. On the field when we, things don't go right on the field, you can be able to have conversations with certain guys and just talk to them. Teammate to teammate, and some people take it as constructive criticism, and then holding each other accountable is the main thing about it. And that carries over. And then another key thing is just being able to keep a core group of guys together, so you're able to build that, and then build that rapport, and then pour it into the younger guys that comes in. And that's something that we've been doing for the past 5-6 years. So a lot of guys come in and out of the organization the past whatever years, but a lot of friendships do get built when we out there.
Yeah, and holding each other accountable starts with holding yourself accountable, and I don't think there's many other guys that I've met or on the roster that hold themselves to a higher level, a higher standard than yourself. So no slacking off. If Lavonte's doing it, you're doing it. And speaking about a guy who's doing it, KJ Britt, he stepped into that starting role last year. I think we all kind of knew the dog was in him. He's always been a chirper and a guy who just the way he plays the game. But what have you seen from him stepping into this starting role and kind of developing as a leader in the locker room and on the field? And how do you think it can change what you guys can do on defense?
Yeah, man. It was told to him that this year he's going to be one of the guys that we're going to have to count on, and he's driving it by the controls. He's taking it, taking the full steam ahead. His approach to the game, the way he studies, the way he's preparing himself doing practice, the way he's trying to understand what goes on in the defense, and trying to figure out everybody else around him. You can see that he won it. Like you said, he was already a dog. Now it's just time to prove it that he belongs out there. He did prove it last year when he did get those starting role for a couple games last year. So now he's going to prove that he can do it for 17 games. So I'm looking forward to that. Me and KJ got, like I said, man, we got a great relationship. All the LBs, linebackers, we got great relationship with each other, and I'm just happy and excited for him just because I've seen the way he's working. A lot of people are gaining more trust in him from when he first got here to now. So now he's got the opportunity. Now he's going to step up to it.
Yeah, I had him on the podcast earlier this offseason, and like one of the things I'll ask you later is like, what do you like to do for fun? He's like, like watch film and work out. I was like, yeah, but like when you're not football, like he's like, yeah, I still like to watch film. He's like, I go rabbit hunting, and hang out with the family, but I like to watch film and work out. I'm like, okay, film junkie, noted. You are on your P's and Q's.
Sure.
You got some other young guys there, though. Voss stepping into year 2. Obviously he's kind of banged up right now, but saw a lot of good things from him early in camp, made some plays, and talking to Bowles, they are going to find a way to get him in here. And I think a lot of fans kind of forget that he was a dog at Pitt. I mean, he had 7 sacks his final year there, and while he's showing really good in coverage, like this guy can do a little bit of everything. Right. So what have you seen out of him coming into year 2? And then another guy who I think has impressed you and caught your eye, Kalen DeLoach, coming in as a rookie.
Yeah. Voss like my little brother, man. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he can do. Boss be in my hip pocket asking questions, just figuring out, trying to figure out things. And then, I noticed more and more, the more he understands defense, the more he asking questions, just trying to figure out, you know, the ins and outs of defense. That's something that I love to see. As a young guy, most of the time they be quiet, just trying to, sit back and just learn. But, he's willing to learn, so that's something that I love to see. Boss always making plays, so he's definitely gonna be somebody we gonna count on this year to be out there and make plays. And a lot of other young guys, like you said, Kalen, another young guy is willing to learn, savvy, a natural football player. And then Antonio Greer, he's a natural
Plays.
leader. Yeah, making plays, a natural leader. By Jones, him as well, and then also J.J. Russell. I just like the group as a whole, man. Everybody bring different things to the game, but one of the things that I do love is like everybody's willing to learn and always asking questions and just trying to be the best when they out there on the field. Only thing we always preach when we get ready to go out there is just compete and be playmakers.
Yeah.
Everything else take care of itself. Fly around to the football and make plays and compete. If you got that, everything else will be great.
Yeah, and JJ got that opportunity last year, and he came up with a sack in his first career start. So it was good to see him.
Hmm.
I think linebacker room is such a deep room, and it's
Hmm.
going to be difficult for Bowles. And we'll see how the new kickoff rules play off, and like what kind of
Hmm.
body types you want on there. But I think you
Yeah.
guys could go at 5 deep at least,
Hmm.
with the guys you have and some really strong, players on the practice squad. It's
Right.
gonna be a lot of fun to watch that back half competition kind of play itself out there
Yeah.
as we get into preseason games. So I
Right.
really like
Right.
the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of one guy, kind of well known. You kind of took Devin under your wing, Devin White. Um,
Hmm.
is there any kind of regrets or maybe disappointment on the way things ended with Devin in Tampa? Obviously he's with the Eagles now, but there was high expectations, and
Hmm.
sometimes they were met, sometimes they weren't.
Hmm. Uh, from talking to him, we didn't really, discuss that. We just kind of just focus on, his future, being the best player that he can be. And I know that he can be. The times that I did talk to him, he's in a great headspace. He's happy, he's excited, and I'm very happy for him, and I'm looking forward to it. Like you said, man, Devin is a little brother to me. We had a great relationship on the field and off the field. So uh, that's one of those things that friendships that you build. He's one of those guys who's gonna be, in my life for a very long time. He made the game easier for me, out there. So definitely gonna I definitely thank him for that. But I'm looking forward to him going, running the show in Philly. I think he's gonna do great things, and I think a lot of people gonna see the Devin that they always wanted to see. This past season, like you said, man, a lot of things didn't work out, his way. A lot of things internal that happened, that's private. So he's definitely looking forward to getting back and proving that he belongs in the league.
You excited for that game?
Yeah, of course I'm excited for that game. I know there's gonna be a lot of trash talk in that game. Everybody know Devin,
Oh
so
yeah.
I'm sure Devin gonna, have a few words for a lot, a lot of us or whatever. But end of the day, I don't expect nothing less, man. I don't expect nothing less. I know he's gonna compete. He gonna play his butt off, and so are we.
Nothing but love at the end of the day.
Yeah,
You
for
said,
sure.
Devin made your life easier over there, but haven't you've been blessed, I think, with some, and nothing to take away from your ability, because obviously
Yeah.
you're your guy,
Right.
you're that dude. And we'll talk about that too later. But you've had guys like Gerald, McCoy,
Mhm.
Vita Vea,
Mhm.
and Sue. Now you got Kalijah Cansey. How
Mhm.
impactful have they been in what you've been able to do in your career, allowing you to just make plays?
Yeah, very impactful, man. I'm only as good as those guys. So, I get those guys, pats on the back as much as I can. I show those guys I love them. I tell them I respect them so much. Like you said, man. When you was talking about Vito was on the podcast and he thought he would make a tackle for loss, and I just come flying through. But those are things that I, love about him. He hold people up for me to give me a chance to run through those open gaps and fly around and make those over tackles. So, I wouldn't be who I am without those guys. Like you said, man, it all started with Gerald McCoy, just understanding how he plays and how he, attacks the game and being able to implement my abilities with that. And give us a chance, work together and be great from his part and my part. And then, it went on for so on. So, just getting the opportunity to work with those guys, man, and being able to, build relationships with those guys is definitely, a pivotal part of, the game, and, something that a lot of people don't really, think about most of the time, but, I kind of play behind those guys, so we gotta have a relationship, you know what I'm saying? So
And what kind of goes into that? Like, how early can you kind of get a feel for a guy's game and maybe cheat over here, or what you can
yeah,
do, or maybe kind of guess
mhm,
what they're, or
yeah,
it's kind of like that defensive tackle inside linebacker relationship. I feel it's kind of like an like the offensive line, right? You kind of got to
mhm,
know what the guy next to you likes and what he likes to do, so you can pick up
mhm,
certain things and where you can both complement each other. So you're both putting
yeah.
yourselves in the best position to make plays. So how quickly does that form? How soon do you know? Okay, Vita likes to do this. When he does this, that means I have a shot to do this. And
Yeah.
how does that all come about?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it all depends on what defense is called. Let's say a certain defense is called. Vita could be, going to a certain gap, and I know, he's going to take over that gap. So it gives me the opportunity to play fast to a certain gap when we diagnose a play. Or sometimes it may be, you know, I know Vita gotta be, he gotta be firm right here. So I gotta be firm over here. So I gotta be able to, hold him down for a little bit so he can be able to, make to secure his gap and not secure my gap. Or it may be times where you're like, hey, just go. Whatever you see, just go. You know what I'm saying? Just go, and then I'll play off you. Stuff like that. Or like he get in the field for something and he come and tell me, like, man, I offer to do this, just cover me, like that. So that type of relationship you build with guys, and when it happens often, and then when you end up having each other's back, and and when you like, if let's say he do that and I don't have his back, we all get cursed out. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when everything goes good, nobody says nothing. That's just the relationship we build on the field.
And as far as when Bowles is crazy, man, I swear. And I'm next thing I'm going to ask you about is his scheme. And but
Mhm.
we see multiple times a year where Vita Vea is at your spot, and you're in
Yeah,
Vita's spot sometimes. So
yeah,
like what kind of advice do you get, or does he give, or do you give? Like, hey, outside, you're not ball
yeah,
linebacker, Vita Vea. Like we
yeah,
see him then chasing guys down 15 yards down the field, chasing running backs.
mhm,
It's crazy
yeah.
what Bulls does on this defense. Like, kind of what goes into that relationship? Where you're like, hey, what do I do? I'm a standard linebacker this today. What am I doing?
I think it's just a different look boys like throw around, man. Get offenses, catch the offenses off guard and stuff like that. See some stuff that they don't expect. But when Vita do be back there at linebacker, you just tell him, look like a linebacker, don't look like no D line. Don't embarrass us. You back here with us wearing number 50, so just make it look smooth, man. But he handled it really well, man, and that's something that we do love about Bulls. He likes to mix things up, get guys, comfortable in doing other different things and stuff like that. So give guys be able to be versatile. A lot of times, a lot of people don't expect a guy like V to be doing things that he do, but for a guy to be that big, man, he's very, very athletic and he moves really well. So that's something that works in our advantage.
Yeah, former running back in high school, just
Yeah.
plowing people over at his size. Well, so like
All right.
talking about his scheme, what's like some of the favorite things that you love about his scheme? And
Mm-hmm.
obviously you've played through a few different schemes in your career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe some of the favorite like calls. You're not gonna go into like detail on them, but like
Yeah.
favorite things that Bowles does, and you're like, and maybe like a moment where you're like, wait, what? Like, what do you want me to do? What are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Just different blitz packages, man. A lot of times he will, it'll look difficult for offenses, but it's all the same to us. We just moving parts of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I love about it, man. He have guys on the field. We have a lot of guys who can do everybody's job. You know what I mean? So, you know, one play I could be running the middle of the field. You know what I'm saying? Being a big deep middle safety. One play I could be lining up at the safety position and coming down, playing a certain thing. So that's what I really love about it. It's fun out there. Just different looks for different guys. His blitz packages are, insane. I already know how that is. You
So
know,
exotic.
but yeah, so exotic, man. You lining up in one place, coming from another place. It's just fun to see. It's something that I've never been a part of. So when it does get thrown out there, he do be having like asking us, for ideas and stuff like that. Which one you think I should call, right? Like, things like that. So,
Right.
Bowles is a very open minded guy, man, very player friendly guy. So we you love to work with him, man. And when it all works, everybody's happy.
I can see you guys just like in the meeting room, and he's going over the game plan, and you're like, oh, what are we
Yeah,
doing this week?
yeah, exactly. It
How when
really
he
be like that.
when you first got like switched into his defense, like how many calls were there? Because I just talked to Tavier Thomas, and he's like, he's played 6 years in the league, 3 at Cleveland, 3 at Texas. Like when I came there, it was like 10 calls. Here was like 8 to 10 calls. I come here, it's 58 calls. I'm like, what the heck? So like when you first made that transition, were you like, wait, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the first day we had Dion Buchanan who played in his defense, and he was a linebacker at the time, 2019. And we was in the meeting room, and we was talking about installs or whatever. We was going over installs. And I was like, dang, like how many we like? Because guys who've been with them, they'll know how many installs we got. But I just remember asking him. He was like, oh, we only have this much. I'm like, okay, cool, that's cool. And then like we on like third week of training camp, we were like on install 20. I'm like, dang, like y'all, you lied to me, man. You got so much stuff as I thought. You know what I'm saying? But like all of it works together. It's a lot of stuff, but it's not, it's complex, but it's not really that hard once you get it, because everybody's basically like doing the same thing. Everybody have a different responsibility every time, but it's the same responsibility, if you know what I mean. Like one play, it could be me doing this, or the next time it could be another guy doing that, and I'm doing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, just to give, not to get offenses comfortable with seeing one person doing one thing and just switching stuff up.
Yeah, it's when everyone plays and does their responsibility. I think KJ, we talked to him the other day. He said he called it beautiful. He said it's a beautiful thing watching the way this defense works.
For sure.
Yeah. I know we're taking it year to year now, but kind of what led you to come back this season, and how do you kind of maintain that love for football, being your job for so long?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing football since I was 5, 6 years old.
Right. So
And the love, right. So the love always been there. You know what I'm saying? And just have been passionate about it, always having a chip on my shoulder when I'm out there, and just getting the opportunity to do something that I love. Wake up day to day and just doing something that I love. I've been blessed. I've been blessed to be playing football for 12, years in the NFL, and going on 13 with the same organization. And I just think the thing that led me back is just, sit down, taking a little time for myself, letting my body heal, and figuring out where I'm at mentally and physically, and sitting down with my family, and just trying to get their point of view on certain things and stuff like that. And it's just saying, like, if you're feeling good, man, just go ahead and just give it another try. And that's what it really came down to. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good mentally, physically. So why not, give it another shot? And Tampa wanted me back, so they was able to get Mike back, some key guys back. Signed Tweez, Antoine Winfield back, got Baker back. So I was like, why not? And then the way last year ended, we could have been in the NFC Championship. So why not give it another try and see where it go from here? But like you said, man, it's all a year to year base. And the thing that I love about the organization is just we're very transparent, throughout this process. Me going through free agents or stuff like that, they letting me know that they want me back, and the day is always, and the ball is always in my court. So that's what I really respect about them.
Oh, they're riding with you for sure. Especially after the year you had. Of course they want you. Of course they want you back. But is there anything you're trying to prove at this stage of your career, or is your motivations more like internally balanced?
I'm always trying to prove something. I'm out there. I ain't out there for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to prove that I stick a ball with the best of us, with the best of them. I know they always say it's a young guys league, but I still feel like I'm a young guy, so I know I compete with them. But just having fun out there, man. Having a love for the game, that'll never leave, and just the relationships that you build, throughout this thing, and be able to win games with a group of guys that you build relationships with. That's something that stands out the most for me. But my competitive edge is always there. At the end of the day, at the end of each game or in each season, I want my name to be at the top. So that's something that I always, looking to prove when I'm out there.
Yeah, top 100 list. Too low, I think, but still on there. And then also the rankings for I guess ESPN does something. Top linebackers, you're on there as well. So it's about damn time. I'll say it. I don't, I'm not inherently a Bucs fan. I'm actually from up north, but I've always noticed like what is going on here. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that a little bit later. But I think you said coming to last season, you weren't really pleased with you said the playmaking plays. You wanted more of them, and then you kind of see what you did this past season, with the tackles for loss and the sacks and those, when you see what you did last year, what do you kind of set for your goals this year?
Yeah, more plays on the football, for sure. Just being a playmaker, man, creating fumbles, creating turnovers, catching interceptions, things like that, stuff that I, kind of, slacked on last season. So, like you said, man, like when you say it's always something, to prove, I want to prove that I still got that. I can still be a playmaker around the football. When people, study linebackers, they want to see people could be physical, can hit and stuff like that. But, I look at it as just how you being a playmaker on the field. If we playmakers on the field, you already got the tackling ability, the hitting ability, and just let's take it a step further, just be playmakers. You know what I'm saying? Bring all that to the game. And I'm sure at the end of the day, you'll be one of the best at the end of that season if you add that to your game. And that's just something that I want to, bring back. I just feel like I lacked it last year, whatever the case may be. But, definitely something that I want to, get back to.
You're talking about a couple more interceptions and some forced fumbles and stuff like that. Because I mean, sacks, tackle for loss, you were there. Pass deflections, you're there. So you're talking about
that's gonna come with it, just because just the way Bowles calls things. So those things don't come. I'm gonna get those opportunities. Just the playmaking stuff where I got to create on my own. So things like that I kind of like focus on.
You talk about the big hitting and stuff like that. Kind of off my topic list here, but you brought back a big hitter in Jordan Whitehead.
For sure.
The symmetry of defense is so interesting. Anyone who really kind of knows the game and studies it realizes that it's so integral at all the levels, and the way that you have guys play in front of you or behind you allows you to do things in certain ways. And having a guy like Jordan back, what does that do for you as a player on the field, knowing that you have him there? He can lay the lumber. He's a strong tackler, but he's also improved in his coverage a lot as well this time with the Jets. So you got kind of gives you some extra there. So what does he allow you to do, having a guy like him back on the field?
I mean, as everybody knows, Jordan was a pivotal part of our success defensively the times that he was here.
Yes.
And when we lost him, we did feel like we kind of lost a little part of our defense. You know what I'm saying? Because Whitehead was like I said, he was one of those guys who you build relationships with, who you get so tight with, and we knew how much he meant to our defense. And then when we lost him, it did kind of, factor in a little bit, but not as big. But you see how excited everybody was when we got him back, because we knew he should have never left the building. But that's for whatever reason that happened. And but we definitely got to have him back. And when you have a guy like Whitehead, he's a leader for us for sure. A guy who we definitely counted on all those years that he was here. Somebody who could get us going. Whoever to make a big play, make a big hit. Whatever it may be. And get guys going. Yeah,
Aaron Jones. I mean, knocked himself out, but I mean, it was, that's just him.
That's him. You know what I'm saying? So, but he makes the games easier for guys like me. He's somebody who's going to communicate. Let me know where he's going to be at, and it's the same thing with the linebacker and D-line relationship. Same thing with the safeties and linebacker relationship. Give me an opportunity to play fast, and I know he could cover me up, and if he sees something, and then we just working together, constantly throughout the game, and just that communication. Somebody who's more comfortable with, back there behind me. It's definitely great to have him back, and definitely makes the game, easier for you and get you more comfortable.
Yeah, you can tell the hype is there, and that's nothing to take away from other guys. I think Mikey Edward, he was great, and Ryan Neal did kind of what he did last year, but different type of players. They're not Jordan Whitehead, and he's back. So I think a lot of Bucs fans are happy and excited to see what
like you said, man. all those guys played a pivotal part, with us. And like I said, man, Mike Edwards loves seeing Mike do what he do, but sometimes it don't work out with as far as contract things and stuff like that. But I would still love to have Mike back. Like Mike was a pivotal part for us. Playmaking Mike, that's what we call him. So you would love to have a guy like that back there, but just so
And the
many different
freshest cleats
people.
too.
Yeah, right.
We always have the
So
freshest Jordan cleats too.
yeah, so definitely good to have somebody who you're comfortable with.
Absolutely. So we'll got a couple more. Then we'll do some fun stuff. Get you out of here. But the disrespect continues. You're used to it at this point, I think, throughout your entire career. But now, as a team level, it's just baffling to me. Atlanta's favored to win the division. Everyone's talking about Kirk Cousins edition. I know you're probably licking your chops and saying Kirk Cousins. We'll see who Kirk Cousins is when you guys play him. But does that give you a chip on the shoulder, considering all you guys have accomplished? Playoffs 5 straight years, division 3 straight years. Does that, when you hear that, and I know guys don't pay attention to media or whatever, but still, it's drowning right now. It's the Falcons are the team to beat. Why? Someone explain why. And does that give you guys a chip on the shoulder?
Maybe quietly. Like that's something that a lot of us don't think about. I think Coach Bowles does a great job of just keeping everything internal, as far as like just running about ourselves, how we can get better, and then whenever those matchups comes, we'll handle them when they come. We can't handle the noise. We can't listen to the noise outside of what's going on outside of our locker room. And all we can do is focus on ourselves. We know what we got in the locker room, man. We know what type of players we got. We know what type of team we will have at the end of this, training camp. So, end of the day, man, we just see when the matchup comes. But being a Buck, man, I dealt with disrespect my whole career. So, like you said, I'm kind of used to it, as a player and as a team. So, it is what it is. It's just fun to just go out there and just at the end of the day when the clock says 0 and we got the dub, it just feels good to kind of like shut people up. So we'll see how that goes this year.
Yeah, I'm there with you, man. You brought up, speaking of disrespect, I kind of brought it up. You're arguably the most underrated player, not even linebacker, but player of this generation. I mean, the things you've done in your career, and the guys who have gotten notoriety over you, when you stack your stats up above them, they either surpass them or they're right there, or you're right in the conversation with them. And I know you're close with a lot of those guys in that draft class of yours, but when you kind of see the people who see you every day and know what you are capable of and know what you do, I'm talking about like the Bucs fans and stuff like that. And, hopefully you'll get that respect. Mikey's finally starting to get that respect now, after 10 years in the league, 10,000 straight seasons. But does it make it easier for you knowing that you're a franchise legend and that having so many Bucs fans who have grown up and been behind you your entire career, even if for whatever strange universal reason you don't get the love you deserve nationally, does that kind of make up for it a little bit, or you're still
it does. It does. It makes up for a lot. Like you said, going on 13 years of the same organization, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? Shows how much, they appreciate me and respect me and what I do on and off the field. And then, like I said, my peers, man, I get to get respect from my peers, my teammates, those guys, look at me, now as a big brother, somebody who they want to try to learn from, to be, as far as being a great football player or being a great person off the field. And the community, the community always, showing me love, the stuff that I do in the community, they appreciate that. And that's just the main thing. That's the only real thing that I read about, for this community to be able to embrace me since 2012, and for them to, still, view me as, the way they view me. That's the main thing I really only care about, man, at the end of the day, and then with, what Jason Light said about, the mural or whatever, just, me being somebody who they want, when they go into draft process, just picking guys similar to me, that's all I need to hear, man. That's the only thing I really care about, man. That's love right there. That's something, I didn't think I'd ever be at, So growing up playing this game, I never thought I'd be, that what I am right now today. So,
Mm.
definitely a blessing. Give God all the glory for that, and just having a support system behind me to be able to keep me level headed, keep me humble, to be able to be where I'm at today.
Well, you're a future Hall of Famer. There's no doubting that. When you look at what you've been able to accomplish over your career, um, I firmly believe that you belong in Canton. Like you kind of jumped in my next question. I was going to say, when I say the words "I am that man," what does that mean to you? Like how when you watch that,
Uh-huh.
how did that make you feel? Like how does that knowing, and then when you see the guys, more so when you see the guys come in,
Mhm.
because when you see these guys come in, it's like they've made a real strong focus on guys who
Mhm.
are smart,
Mhm.
hardworking, football
Mhm.
first, love that, team
Mhm.
first. And you can see that and I think that's part of the reason why you see this team the way it is with the
Mhm.
camaraderie and connection, because
Yeah.
they're bringing in you.
Same thing. Yeah. Now, I ain't think about that. Now as you said that, hey, you made a great point with that. I'm seeing myself and a lot of these guys that they bringing in. So that's why, the relationships that I'm building with everybody is really tight. So but when I see that, man, it's just a different feeling. A feeling undescribable. Um, just testament to all the hard work that I've put in, to get to this point, and the hard work that I'm still trying to put in while I'm here. I never want to be the guy, you know, that's not leading by example. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always been a lead by example guy. I never been a guy, to talk rah rah whatever. I just try to, when people talk about me or whatever it may be, I don't, kind of like indulge in the whatever. I just whatever they say, I just want people to see it, and that's what I try to do when I'm on the field and off the field. I don't talk about it. I show them, why they talk about me like that.
Yeah, and lead by example and showing them off the field. It's not
Hmm.
just about, who you are as a person off the field, but kind of, you've got your annual back to school giveaway coming. That
Hmm.
comes up August 9th if you're in the
Right.
Miami area.
Hmm.
And then this offseason, you got inducted to the Big Brother, Big Sister Hall of Fame.
Hmm.
Um, those are special moments. Those are
Yeah,
special
definitely,
moments.
definitely
And
special moment.
so like what does that mean to you? And like how does it feel being in such a position you probably never thought imaginable, right? And able to
Yeah.
kind of give back and affect the
Hmm.
lives and
Yeah.
help so many out there with, not just on Sundays, because you make people feel better on Sundays too, but
All right.
off the field and well, some you don't make opponents feel better. Let's get that straight. But
Yeah.
the fans watching you, how does that make you feel to be able to realize that you kind of imagined something maybe that wasn't
Hmm.
imaginable when you were growing up?
It's amazing, man. I know when I first got drafted here, I remember, they were saying how big Derrick Brooks was in the community, how he did things, so, I just try to follow in those footsteps from that part. I know Derrick won Walter Payton Man of the Year, so it's definitely something that, he was real big in. So, and I just try to, go in that same format. A lot of the stuff that I do is back home in my community, and a lot of stuff that I do in Tampa, it's kind of something, most of it be private, whether it's, sponsoring families for holidays and stuff like that. And then stuff back at home at Miami Northwestern when I do my book bag giveaway and turkey drive and stuff like that. I just try to give back to the community that helped me get to where I'm at today. Going back home, Miami, they support me big time. So that's why, I try to do most of the stuff that I do. And then another thing, the main thing I really got into it because I remember when I was growing up, I didn't see stuff like that much, growing up. So it's like, why not me? Why not do it? It's a lot of guys that come from the Miami area that does do things. So I just try to, be a part of that change that, that the city needs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Giving back is such a vital point. Even if it's just appearances, and even if it's um, kind of giving the guys, giving kids hope that hey, you
Hmm.
can make it from anywhere. It doesn't
Hmm.
matter where you're from.
Right.
You can you know, rise above. And I think that's awesome. You see a lot of the guys on this Tampa team do that. And again, I think that just
Right.
speaks to the character of this team, off the field, whether it's public or whether it's private,
Hmm.
guys are giving back and they're taking their time and bringing happiness and joy to other people. So I think that's great.
Right.
All right, some fun things, and then we'll get you out of here. Post-career, what's a dream life look like for Lavonte David? And is there any chance of maybe a Coach David?
Oh, man. Post-career, for sure that first year I'm straight relaxing and lounging, see how much weight I could gain, once I retire or whatever. But
The opposite of an offensive lineman there.
right.
Josh Wells was at camp the other
Yeah,
day. He's
I
phenomenal.
saw him, I did see him from afar. I didn't speak to him because I think he was gone by the time I was done doing what I'm doing. But he definitely looked good. But I definitely want to stay involved with sports, some way somehow. But coaching, I'm not sure about that yet. Maybe it's gonna take some time for that. But I definitely want to stay involved with the youth. Try to do something impactful. Probably start some community programs and things like that. That's for sure something that I may want to look into once I'm done.
Nice. During the season, obviously your time is limited, but what do you kind of do to decompress on Tuesdays, your day off? Or kind of when you get home from practices during the week? What's something that you kind of like to do and decompresses you from football?
Yeah.
For me? I asked KJ, he's like, I just watch film when I get home.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, for me, film, I'll probably watch film for about, 30, 45 minutes, get a little key reads on something that I may, notice, or some stuff about myself that I can get better at. But for the most part, man, I love going to the movies, kind of unwinding, maybe, getting a massage. Just, going to an arcade, something like that. Just, being doing stuff that people may not normally do during a football season.
Nice. So we got main event right around the corner from us because I think we're close to each other.
Yeah.
You still by Ben, next to Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I know main event though. I wanted to go there when I moved from around there. I moved from there, but when I moved, they was just finishing it, so I didn't go there yet.
Okay, that's a good one. They've got a little bit of everything. They got the Elevate in Carrollwood that's got like the 3 levels. They got the just kids. They got laser tag. They got rock climbing. They've got go karts, and then the arcades and bowling and everything. It's a good spot up there. It's at the Citrus Park
I might
Mall.
check that out to go kart ride.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then like, what about like when you have more time in like the off season, kind of hobbies that you like to get into? Is there anything like when you have more time you like to kind of get into?
I would say, I've been going bowling. A lot of people been trying to get me to do golf. So I may pick up on that this off season.
Okay.
Spending time with the family, just doing things like that, just traveling different cities and stuff like that, getting different experiences and things like that. So that's probably the main thing I'll be doing during the off season. I have a lot of downtime.
Yeah, nice. All right, this is called Rapid Fire. We're gonna go this or that, and then favorites. So this or that, Xbox or PlayStation?
Yeah, PlayStation for sure.
Are you playing that NCAA?
Yeah, I just started playing it actually. So I never had a game up here in Tampa, so I just decided I'm just going to go ahead and get a game, and I just got that. So I've been playing it.
I saw the guys where it was like KJ and Vita, and they were playing in the hotel room. I don't know who brought it, but they got the whole setup where you like flip it open, and it's like that's crazy.
It's one in the locker room. It's one in the locker room in the hotel. So gotta be getting after it.
Nice. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
I'll get from Miami. That makes sense. Nebraska. No, that's all just flat plains.
No, all flat in Nebraska. No mountains in Nebraska, for sure.
Flat and corn.
Right.
You more of a Marvel or a DC guy?
Marvel.
Who's your favorite hero?
Favorite hero on Marvel? Captain America.
Captain America. Yeah. Sam Wilson, Captain, or
nah?
OG Captain.
The OG Captain.
Of course.
I forget his name that fast.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. Oh, Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers, but I was thinking the actor name.
Oh, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, yeah.
Yeah. City or country guy? You've done both.
City. I'm a city guy all day.
So how did Nebraska come about? Just kind of pivot.
I mean, I was in Kansas for junior college, and then Nebraska. I kind of fell in love with it, just the hospitality, the way people were. People were so nice out there. In the Midwest, being from the city, a lot of people got attitudes and stuff like that for no reason. So going to the country in Nebraska and Kansas kind of was a different feeling for me, different feel for me. So I did fall in love with that. But Nebraska, the country Midwest got a special place in my heart. But I'm definitely a city guy.
So yeah, I'm from Boston. So yeah, people are suck.
Yeah.
Car or truck guy?
Car guy.
What's your baby right now?
My baby is a Mercedes EQS AMG.
Okay, flex on him a little bit. More of a movie guy or a TV guy?
That's hard. That's hard.
You better think, because those favorites are coming up soon.
Right,
so.
right. Movie guy. I would say movie guy.
Now, right into it. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I have a lot of favorite movies. 300 is one of my favorite movies.
Great. I just watched that recently again.
Waterboy is another favorite.
Bobby Boucher.
I'm and then Any Given Sunday is a favorite of mine too as well.
Great one.
Buick. Lucky Number 11 was a great movie that I really love. I watch every time it comes on. Law Abiding Citizens.
Great. Such an underrated movie too. Gerard Butler in that is so good.
Yeah, for sure. It ain't talked about enough as it should be.
And the twist is like, what?
Yeah. Shutter Island became a favorite of mine.
That is great.
Love that. Yeah.
You got to watch that twice to understand it, I thought.
Yeah, you do.
I couldn't understand what was going on half the time. And I'm like, okay. So that makes sense.
Yeah. And throw another one out there. Training Day. King Kong.
Yeah. I didn't know you get wet, Jake. You ever do you ever get anyone try to give the Training Day Any Given Sunday speech? The inches we need are everywhere.
Nobody getting like that. Yeah.
You watch it though? Does it hype you up at all? You ever watch it hype you up now?
Yeah, it does. It really does. Every time it comes on TV, I gotta watch it.
Do you you say you're a big movie guy? Have you gone to see the new Marvel Deadpool Wolverine or?
For sure, I've seen that the next day it came out.
Same.
Yeah,
Sorry, babe. I'm going.
Yeah, for sure. It was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it.
It was a good, fun film. I don't think it was like it's not going to win an Oscar or anything like that, but the cameos and everything. Yeah. We finally got certain characters that we've been waiting for. I feel like no spoilers. Actually, it's 2 weeks now. Gambit, that was so cool. I love seeing it. And then obviously Wesley.
I think it was more for people who grew up in that area who kind of know.
It's like a Fox nostalgia movie. I thought kind of put the Fox era and kind of ushered in the MCU. So yeah, it was good. Favorite artist musically?
Young Jeezy.
Okay. Favorite sports team growing up?
Miami Heat for basketball and St. Louis Rams.
Okay. Yeah. Marshall Faulk and LeBron James.
Yeah.
Favorite place?
Dwayne Wade, not LeBron James. Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade. Oh, you're talking Dwayne Wade, Shaq Heat.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Oh, yeah.
You corrected LeBron James. Who's your GOAT? Is it LeBron or MJ?
My GOAT? You gonna put me on the spot like that?
I'll tell you mine. I mean, we're closer in age than some of these younger kids. It's MJ. It's MJ. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like LeBron is amazing, but it's MJ.
Yeah.
Revolutionized.
I would go MJ, but as a pure basketball player, I gotta say LeBron.
LeBron can do everything, and it's amazing. And as a competitor, Kobe's above everybody else. But yeah. Favorite place you've ever visited?
Favorite place I ever visited? I would say Greece.
That's on my bucket list. Mykonos?
Yeah.
And then Athens too. I want to see all that old Greek god stuff. Favorite food?
Anything pasta. I'm a pasta guy. I love
Villaggio's up on in Lutz on 54. It's a good Italian restaurant. I've told a bunch of the guys to come on here. Favorite cereal?
Captain Crunch Berries.
There you go. The only thing about that is like cuts the top of your teeth after a while.
Yeah,
And you
it
gotta eat
does.
it fast, but it's way too soggy.
Right.
Favorite game you watched?
Every game I've watched. Dang. You know, the most favorite game I watched, even though they didn't win, because I grew up a Miami Hurricanes fan, the Miami Hurricanes Ohio State championship game.
Okay. That was a good one. That was when they had Shockey
Everybody.
and
Yeah.
everybody.
Oh, yeah, they had everybody.
Ed Reed, all those guys. Yeah, that was a great team. That was the U and favorite color,
Blue.
favorite TV show.
Dang. Favorite TV show.
And then I got one for you too.
Favorite TV show. Is it the Family Guy or Jamie Foxx show?
Okay, well, it's good.
Yeah.
Presumed Innocent on Apple. Check that one out. If
I
you
watched
haven't
it already.
so good, man.
Yeah,
The twist at the end, I was like, what? Like, I started suspecting who he was suspecting, like, towards the middle of it. And then, like, for that to come out, I was like, my God, what?
Yeah.
It was great. It was
I
crazy.
always thought it was the prosecutor the whole time, but it fooled me.
Yeah. It was crazy. You got kids. I just watched with the kids. We're just going to watch one episode, but we binged it. Wandala. It's on Apple TV.
Oh, yeah. I ain't heard about that yet.
Yeah, it's like almost like a movie, but they made it into a TV show. That's like the quality of it. It's really good. It's a cartoon one. The kids will like it. Check that one out. Apple TV throws out bangers, man. They're just
for sure.
They have some good stuff. Favorite sports memory?
Favorite sports memory: winning the Super Bowl.
There you go. There you go. Favorite dessert?
Favorite dessert? Anything dolce de leche.
Favorite season? In Florida, you don't really experience them, but you were in Nebraska, so you got to. So
yeah. I like the spring in Nebraska. That was pretty cool. But I gotta go summer. I'm a summer guy.
Summer's great. Favorite play you've ever made? I got two more, and then we'll get you out.
Favorite play I ever made? Favorite play I ever made? Dang. God.
Told you I'm gonna bring the heat here. Put you on the spot.
Oh, my favorite play I ever made, my first interception was on Peyton Manning. I would take that.
Do you have the ball still?
Still have the ball.
Nice. I saw you on Ari. You've got a wall of jerseys. I gotta see who, because I never get to see everyone on there. Definitely gotta post that up on the gram sometimes so I can see everyone you have. Your favorite player growing up?
Favorite player growing up? It was Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor, my favorite player growing up.
Gotcha. So disappointing. Such a badass. He would hit you and you'd feel it for 3 weeks later. Why are you walking around like that? Sean Taylor hit me in week 1. Last one, favorite game you played in? Now it can be the Super Bowl because you won it, but is there anything that sticks out that was like, wow, this was,
Favorite game I played in was honestly the Junior College National Championship.
Oh, nice.
In 2009. We played Blinn College, and Cam Newton was the quarterback. We ended up losing on the last second punt return, but it was a great game that I was a part of.
Nice. Well, Lavonte, I want to thank you for taking your time today, man. This has been awesome. Some good stuff, some good movie recommendations. If you guys are paying attention, haven't seen them, I don't know what you're doing because they're all classics. But I appreciate the time you took with me today. Great stuff. I'll give you the floor to any message you want to send out to Bucs fans or anyone who's watching this. The floor is yours.
Oh man, I was always, thank you for having me, JC. Always good seeing you. Everybody out there, stay blessed, keep God first, and always go Bucs.
Let's do it. All right. Thanks, Lavonte. Have a great season. Off to a great start so far in camp. I mean, I've been talking about you guys. It's looking good. It's looking real good. I think the sky's the limit for this team. So obviously we'll see what happens. But thank you so much for your time. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Camp's tomorrow. See you then.
For sure. Appreciate it.
Later.
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna do it, guys. Wow, great stuff from Lavonte. An amazing guy, amazing player, but also amazing human. So just super privileged and lucky to have him on. So really excited about that. And we'll get some more guys coming on here. I told you I've got some few tricks up my sleeve. But first, before we do that, I want to guys remind you the Buccaneers Cruise, Tampa Bay Buccaneers Cruise. You guys need to get your tickets now. You can do a payment plan until December, but you're not going to want to miss this. I was on it last year. I'll be on it this year. The amount of players, I think they had like 14 players. Warren Sapp was on there. They had, so many different alumni on there. Gene Mean Decker, Fire the Cannons was on there. Of course, cheerleaders, Captain Fear, Brian Ford will be on there. This year, we've already had released as Jordan Whitehead, Brad Johnson, Trey Palmer. I think we might be getting Zion McCollum on there too. So a lot of good stuff on that cruise. The food is great. The drinks are great. The experience is amazing. They make sure you have that. Join your fellow crew members and Bucs players for an unforgettable vacation, guys. It's absolutely amazing. It's got so many different events and things going on. The sail away party, the trivia contest, bingo, cocktail parties, player panels, the water volleyball game, which is one of the highlights of the trip. Yaya Diaby won it last year as the MVP on Dean. Theme parties, Pirate Night, Creamsicle Night. They have the final celebration party. Again, all of your drinks, all of your food, your Wi-Fi is all included in the package. Just don't miss out on this awesome opportunity because it's so great. It's such a great time to celebrate with your team, creating lifelong memories with fans and your favorite Bucs players. Check it out now. The link is in the bio. Join the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Cruise for 2025 and get your tickets now because you're not going to want to miss this out. FOMO is real if you're not on there. I'll tell you guys that. But I want to thank you guys again for stopping in to another edition of the Pirate Parlay podcast. I'm JC Allen here on the Sick Podcast Network. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn the reminders on so you don't miss awesome episodes like this. We'll be back at you with more. Tons more, guys. Especially during the season, we got some awesome stuff planned too. But throughout training camp, we'll give you updates. We'll give you players. We'll do everything I can to give you guys the best Bucs content here because you guys know that that's what I'm all about. So we'll talk to you soon. That's going to do it for us. We're out of here. Peace.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Pirate Parlay on YouTube, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.